Pokemon Scarlet and Violet just dropped pre-orders for the new set Obsidian Flames. We're going to talk about all of that, some Paldea Evolved, and also some Lorcana news that are going to leave the fans amazed, and much, much more. In today's episode, subscribe if you're new, like this video if you did enjoy the content, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Matt, we got Obsidian Flames just dropped. What is your thoughts on this set so far?
Um, Based on the leaks, I kind of had hoped, personally, like first impression was I was like, hey, do we really need to pull a Charizard this early in the set? Um, I saw a lot of criticism about the Terrazard, the gold one that leaked, which I'm sure is going to be a card in the set because leaks just happen all the time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but now that I know kind of more of what's going into the set as far as like it's not just Charizard, there's going to be Dragonite, Tyranitar, it kind of feels good. It feels like a good ode to,
Blend.
well, just like I don't know how to put it. Like a good ode to like normal, like old sets, right? Like we talked earlier about the Delta species, how, you
Mm-hmm.
know, now it's Terra forms obviously, but if the Charizard's dark, that'll be just like the Delta species, Tyranitar, Electric, and now the Dragonite that's a Dragon type, which sounds funny because you'd think that it would always have been, but I mean obviously we know from old school Pokemon, Dragonite was a normal, but it's cool. I think it has some promise. I definitely think just as the Charizard would be a good long-term hold, I think you're gonna see a lot happening with this set, and I think the biggest thing to think about is don't overlook Paldea Evolved. I mean, Paldea Evolved, I think it's still going to be a very good set, and I even see people now saying, "Oh, thank God for Obsidian Flames," because base set and Paldea Evolved are kind of trash, and I'm like, "Are you crazy? They're
Well, you
phenomenal
can't
base
judge
sets."
you can't judge Paldea Evolved yet until it gets in hand, and of course, I do love the promo that comes with the ETBs. Don't get me wrong. I'm just gonna let you know right now. I knew Pokemon was going to try to throw Charizard in at least one time before 151 came out, but um, I mean, or as people call 151, whatever you want to call it. Dude, I mean that set right there alone with the leaks that are coming out is going to be insane. But this
Right.
Obsidian Flames, man, I'm just going to read it real quick for everybody, just in case you have not heard it. It says, "Red hot embers illuminate the pitch night, and sparks flare into an inferno as Charizard EX surges forth with newfound powers of darkness. The glittering terrestrial phenomenon imbues some Pokemon." EX like Tyranitar, Ice Cube, and Vespiquen with different types than usual, while Dragonite and Greedent EX show masteries of their own inner strengths. And just like you said just now, man, so that makes Dragonite's dragon form, or whatever you want to call it, that's now canon. Like it's no longer normal Dragonite; it's his actual like type. It's no
Right.
longer that. It's dragon. So it says not to be outdone. Revavroom and EX Melmetal, EX and more Pokemon promise to change the course of battle in the Scarlet and Violet Obsidian Flames. It's 190 cards, everybody. So kind of standard now with everything that Pokemon's dropping. It drops August 11th. It says 2023. It is standard legal, which is awesome. But I do think you're right, man. They threw in Charizard quite quickly, but I knew they were going to. They were going to at least once before basically the anniversary base
Right.
set is going to come out. I love the Dark Charizard, man. I love that they're finally bringing it back. Now,
It's
is it
cool.
gonna be as cool as people think? I don't think so.
I think people are gonna bash. I mean, here's my thing. It's the same qualm I had with Sword and Shield. We get so much love for Kanto, and it's not even Kanto. It's just Blastoise and Venusaur. If you're, I mean, you're really leaving out two of the big three in my opinion.
And
But
you're
then again,
saying that because you love Blastoise.
I do love Blastoise, but you know who I
No, he's
love more?
great.
You
He's
know who I
great.
love more than
Blastoise
that?
is awesome.
Feraligatr, the Johto,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
Hoenn region. Like so many good
Absolutely.
Pokemon that just get put to the side. Like, when's the last time we saw a good Swampert card, or you know, or a
No,
Sceptile,
look, I'm glad that look,
a Medinium
I'm
card?
biased,
Is Medinium
but
even
I'm
still a Pokemon? You know, like
but Tyranitar's in this, guys, and of course, if everybody knows, Tyranitar is like my absolute favorite Pokemon, and the fact that I'm going to be getting a Lightning Terra type, or I thought it was Electric, but it's a Lightning Terra type, Tyranitar, that is super cool because I have the Electric or Lightning type. Charizard. I love that card, and I think to
yeah,
get a Tyranitar, that's also, dude, that's amazing to me, and I think that was a game winner by making Tyranitar Lightning. I think that is awesome. But I do think now adding in Charizard takes the light a little bit away from Tyranitar and I think they learned this because in battle styles, he was supposed to be that Charizard chase when he was sleeping. The sleeping I think it's the Alt Art V.
the Tyranitar, yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome, right? But it didn't do that set did not do as well as people think. So I think they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna make Tyranitar a electric, but that can't be the biggest hit. You know what I mean? And so they
Yeah.
threw Charizard in there, and I guess that's what's going to make this set really, really good. And it is now making people overlook Paldea. It really
I
is.
think Battle Styles to end up being a goated set in the future. I mean, it really wasn't like a bad set. We haven't seen a lick of Urshifu since that set, so I mean, there could be some
Dude,
people who like
Rapid
that.
Strike, Single Strike, it was great, man. It
It
was
was just
great.
different. People were just being
Well, okay, to
they were
give
being
everybody
unrealistic
fairness,
about it.
the hit ratios were horrible, man. They really
It
were.
was also the first set with alt arts though, so I mean,
No,
looking
it
back,
blew people away. The Trinitar artwork blew people away, but it wasn't enough to make it a set
even
like this
even
Obsidian
though
Flames is
even the
going to.
Urshifu alt arts were phenomenal, like the VMAX
But
and
who's
stuff.
really an Urshifu fan, man?
I like Urshifu, and I thought
No, no,
that I
you like him, yes, but I mean, he's not. Urshifu's not going to be like a highlight of a set, I don't think anymore. I think they've learned their
well
lesson from
well
that, and it was great, but
I mean that was
it,
just for the time because of what it was. It was supposed to be
correct,
a
correct.
set that
Centered around Urshifu, basically.
right, it was a representation of the first DLC for Sword and Shield. So
Well, this has over 190 cards, type shifted Terra type Pokemon EX with crystalline appearances, including Darkness type Charizard EX, more than 20 brand new Pokemon EX, a new take on returning game mechanic, more than 15 trainer cards, and dozens of Pokemon and trainer cards with special illustrations. So this set is going to be jam packed with EXs, and it's
right.
going to have some pretty cool alt arts that I know that we have not seen the Charizard image of yet.
Yeah, I mean, it could blow people away. I mean, I think a lot of people are banking on it. I will say this, we had it pulled up, but I'll just pull it up in Pokemon Center. Well, I'm sure you have it pulled up. I have it pulled up. Honestly, when I saw the ETB, I knew in my mind, I was like, this is the set that people are going to lose it for. Not just now,
Of
but in the future.
Of
I mean,
Obsidian?
yeah,
Obsidian Flames?
An
Yeah.
ETB with
Yeah.
Charmander on it. I mean, come on. And
Dude,
let's
it's got
see.
the main man, dude. Heck
And,
yeah.
and you can still pre-order them because I just added one to my cart.
Yeah, I already did that earlier today. I made sure to pre-order some Obsidian Flames. You guys remember, we say this in other episodes. They do not take your payment right then and there. They do it whenever they ship it out to you. So if you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
pre-order it and you do not have the funds, but you know you're going to have it in a week, go ahead and order it, man. Don't miss out because you do get the two promos. You get the regular and the Pokemon Center exclusive stamp one. So I'm going to probably end up sending the Pokemon Center stamped one graded, and then I'll probably keep the non one as my raw. And so this set is going to be awesome, man. I mean, you're right. That Charmander ETB looks fantastic. For those sealed collectors out there, please order two so you can rip one and then keep one sealed because that ETB looks gorgeous. And look, the pack arts, man, they threw Dragonite in here, and we didn't even say anything about Dragonite when we were talking about Charizard and Tyranitar. And I do think Tyranitar and Dragonite could maybe have sold this set on their own. But to leave Dragonite in a Dragon type, I think was a little weak. What do you think, man?
Um,
I mean, you could have made him another Terra type, but it's because they changed Charizard and Tyranitar, you
you know
think
what though?
that's why they wanted to leave them the same?
You say that though, and it says that, but then here's my thing. Why would they have a Terra Dragonite on the front if they weren't going to do a Terra version of it?
No, for sure, but it's a dragon type. You know, it's a dragon Terra type Dragonite. You know what I mean? It's going to be enhancing its own type, its own core type. It's not going to change to like dark or.
But Dragonite's not traditionally a dragon. Like
But
you
he
can't.
is, I think. I think he is now in canon for Pokemon where it's
I
at,
think
man.
he's still a normal. Which why would
He,
there be Terra Dragon? I mean, who knows?
only
They tipped
the
it with
only reason
water.
why I
It could
say
be
that
anything.
the only reason why I say that is because it says different types than usual, while Dragonite EX and Greedent EX show mastery of their
Oh
own
well,
inner
well if you look at
strengths.
Pokebeats, it says like in the video games, many Terra Pokemon are still one of their original types. So Dragonite could be normal and Dragon, but it says Terra Dragonite EX is Dragon. It's a
So you're saying just because
go
it's
to the
an actual dragon I'm there right now.
yeah.
So you're saying because Dragonite is an actual dragon, that's what they're basing it on, not his actual type, but what he actually is.
No, they're basing it off. See, because if you look, where was it? I just lost it. It says that. Oh yeah, the sentence right under it says, like in the video games, many Terra Pokemon are still one of their original types. So Dragonite's a two-type Pokemon, right? He's normal and Dragon. So they're making him a Terra Dragon type.
Okay. So they could have went either way, and it would have still been kind of his own utilization of his own
Right,
power.
and I'm sure they'll
Okay.
do something cooler with it. If you ask me, they should have done like for Dragonite, I feel like water would be a good
No, I thought that was going to be excellent. A water type Dragonite man would be sick. I do think they're doing this for game mechanics. I could be wrong because I think they're trying to buff that dragon type. So we'll see.
Probably. I'm
And
sure.
that might be why. And they know if it's Dragonite doing it, it's going to be a
I
a
mean, I'm not
popular deck
huge
to
for the
run.
Pokemon TCG, but
Me
as
neither.
far
Me
as like
neither.
playing, but I know that the only time they had a Dragon type that was um a pretty relevant deck was the Dragapults from like what was that?
Well, then it's time, man. It's time to
What's that? Was that
rekindle
Shining
that
Fates?
flame.
Shining
Yeah,
Fates?
Shining
Yeah.
Fates. Yep.
And they weren't even
hmm
doing competitive then because, COVID. But
Well, I do think this set is going to be very good. But I mean, let's jump over to Paldea Evolved, man, because I do think it is a set that people are sleeping on. And just because this news did jump out, and hey, look, I love what Obsidian Flames is showing me right now, right? I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great set. Charizard is a little early, but you know what? At least he wasn't shown in the first two sets, at least.
I'll tell
When
you
was his first appearance in Sword and Shield? Do you know?
who.
Charizard.
Whenever you run into Leon, so like pretty much really early. Or are you talking
Yeah.
about in the card games?
No,
I'm
I'm
thinking
talking
in
about in
the
the card
video
game
games.
in the TCG
Let's see, he was in
because I
Brilliant
think they did it around the same
Stars.
time. No. You go way before, like go to the very beginning because I think it was around the third or fourth set too. Man, is when they released him into Sword and Shield.
No, because the first sets
I know
were
it's not the
were
first, or
base,
maybe
Rebel
not the second.
Flash,
I know he's not in
Darkness
Rebel.
Ablaze. Oh yeah, Darkness Ablaze, the
There you
third
go.
set
See,
again.
third set. There you go. That's what I'm telling you. So they're doing Obsidian Flames and Darkness Ablaze kind of very similar in my eyes, but they're going to do, I think they're going to do Charizard way more justice in this set than they did in Darkness
All I
Ablaze.
have to say
So,
is like there's definitely some good cards to look out for in Paldea Evolved. You have all three of the starters and
dude,
their
Tink
evolution
Tough?
lines.
Tough, bro. Let's go.
No, I'm saying with their evolution lines on the illustration arts are
Mhm.
phenomenal. The Raichu
They're
one,
phenomenal.
the Raichu one's goaded. The Tyranitar one's awesome.
Tyranitar's amazing. Dude, I'm
The
telling you, Tinka
Grafairy,
Tough. I want the Tinka Tough bad, bro. Tinka Tough is
the
so cool.
Clodsire, aka not Whale Lord.
And dude, all of these cards look beautiful. They're stunning, and I think they tell a story, and that's what a lot of people enjoy, and that's what you're gonna get. I mean, you're getting really cool, and dude, and even a really awesome Boss's Order card. Who doesn't love a really dope,
Yeah,
like full art Boss's Order? I love it.
yeah,
So
no, that
please,
one's sick.
guys, don't sleep on this set, man. Is this what is this? I know they got
Obviously,
the Fui
everyone's losing it
Coco.
over Dendra and Iono.
Dude, Sprigatito's
Whatever.
awesome. Dude, all of them, man. All of the illustration arts and all of the alt arts and stuff are phenomenal. The Raichu. Guys, you guys can't be sleeping on this set. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and this isn't
GUEX.
even the
Oh my
full set.
god.
This is just.
So you got two to boss's orders. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. I
Well,
love it.
there's the normal one in the full art.
Yeah, but I thought last time they would do a full art and then just a regular hollow. This time they're doing
Oh,
two
there's
full arts,
three.
basically.
There's a full art,
Yeah.
an alt art,
hmm
and
Yeah, it's sick. I think that's
just
awesome.
your normal
That's
one.
really cool. Because I think people know that they love it. And then I think the biggest
Well,
set, I think,
the thing is, Boss's Orders is just like a goaded card. Like Boss's Orders right now, how much it gets used in the
correct.
metas just feels
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah.
playing goat meta Yu-Gi-Oh, not playing Monster Reborn or Pot of Greed.
No, 100%. I do think the biggest hit for I don't know, for the trainers, man, like there's some fire trainers in this set too, man, that I think people are gonna really enjoy. And that Tyranitar, man, I cannot wait to get that card, man. Holy cow,
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's a good looking card, man.
It's a great profile. I mean, I think it's stunning. It's not done over the top, and I think it's something I'm really looking forward to grabbing. So this set is good, guys. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Is it Obsidian Flames? No, but I don't think Obsidian Flames is going to be I don't think it's going to be as insane as people are thinking it's going to be, and I do think Paldea is going to be one of the ones that people look back on and be like, "Wow, that set was so good."
Which one?
Paldea Evolved. People are
Yeah,
going to look back on this set and be like,
dude.
"Wow, this was a stunning
So
set."
far they're all bangers, dude. I mean, base set Starlight Violet is phenomenal. Like honestly, I'm gonna get some heat for this, but as far as like actually hit ratios and like being able to buy a bots and feel good about it, there's none of the sets in Sword and Shield even touched what base set
Scarlet and
Starlight
Violet.
Violet did.
Absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree with
I
you. I
think as
think it was
far as
great.
yeah, I think, and I'm sorry to step over you, but
No, you're
I
good.
just feel like if you talk about in terms of any base sets ever, how can anything top Scarlet and Violet as far as taking it at face value at that moment at that time? I
I
don't think there's
mean,
a better one. Like
we're in,
seriously,
we're in the golden age right now. We're in the golden age of Pokemon right now. So
because they know
people
they need more hits
live it
because
up.
they messed up.
Live it up.
Well, they messed up on Sword and Shield. They know it.
Absolutely. Yeah, they
They,
did. They messed up in Sword and Shield, and people have voiced their opinion on that. But you know what I love? That they listened.
yep.
They listened to the community. They listened to the fans. They've come out and already talked about the stupid Fusion Strike thing that came out. And now they're trying to let people know, look, we're taking a really artistic approach to the next like evolution of Pokemon here. And dude, I'm loving it. And they're sprinkling everything out. Like you even get a Pikachu EX in Paldea Evolved because of course you get that awesome promo. Like you get little bits and bobs
Right.
from base set to this set to Obsidian Flames that I think everybody can enjoy. And there was a few in Sword and Shield that I just did not care about. So far, the first three sets of Scarlet and Violet, not like that.
Right. And Paldea Evolved, people are sleeping on it, but I guarantee it's gonna have, as far as ETB promos, the best one.
Oh, dude, I was when I saw that promo. That's the promo. Honestly, is what made me instantly go and pre-order it. If
Yeah.
they didn't drop a promo like that and that particular Pokemon, I probably would have waited maybe a little bit longer. But man, what an artwork for that Pikachu! I mean, dude, both of them, the Charmander and the Paldea,
The
both
Charmander's dope.
promos
Yeah.
and both promos have been fantastic. Even the promos you get with the base set Scarlet and Violet have been phenomenal. I just think you get so much of your money's worth with Scarlet and Violet right now. If you were burned by Sword and Shield, I wouldn't take that upon yourself to think that that's how it's going to go for Scarlet and Violet because Matt's right. I opened base set Scarlet and Violet, and I think I opened, I don't know, like 6 or 7 of the 6-pack bundle, and I got hits at least 3 to 4 packs, maybe mostly 3 on average. But dude, that's a $25 item, $26 item, or whatever it is, and I'm hitting at least 3 or 4 big bangers every time. To me, that's insane, and I love it, and I will keep buying them because of that. So for
Yep.
those out there being upset because the hits are so good, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know what I mean? There's plenty of cards in the set. They make the sets big enough now to where they can afford to have a good hit
Right.
every other pack or something like
Yep.
that. And hopefully it'll make kids happy.
And something people are sleeping on is those new Terraform with the full arts, like we'll call them Terra full arts, I guess,
Yes,
with the white
yes.
background. Because I already saw a leak of one because someone got Pats at Target, and there's a slow chained one, and it looks phenomenal. It's just,
Oh, I did see the Slowking one, dude.
yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
I still need to do a Gyarados, but whatevs. But I think we covered that pretty good, man. I mean, a lot changing
I love
Pokemon,
it.
and I think for the real collectors, this is an amazing time. Like Brandon said, there was a lot of newcomers with Sword and Shield, and I feel like a lot of people are pulling out now after that because COVID's over and they're coming back to reality, and they're like, oh, maybe I really didn't tear, and I would just let a phase me. Well, that's fine. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Like, for
Yeah.
sets like Scarlet and Violet to come out in a week later, the number one hit in English is a $70 card. Eat it up. Complete those master sets. Have fun. Get multiple copies of your favorite card because it'll pay dividends in the future. Because
And
there'll
I
be
would love to do a master set, dude.
well,
Yeah,
the thing is, dude, from a collectability wise, like if you're really into collecting Pokemon and you want to really
yeah.
make an awesome collection, we give it 5 years and see what happens. That's all I gotta say.
Well,
That's
well,
all I
and
gotta say.
that's no, that's a great advice. And I mean, dude, I would love it if Pokemon gave me a better opportunity to get a master set of one of their expansion sets or one of their base sets. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I mean, I think this is a great thing they're doing. I've never been 88% done with a set before, and right now I'm close to now nine. I think I'm at 89% because I keep an online record as well. I'm like 89% done with base set, and that's phenomenal. You know what I mean? I think the Miradon EX alternate art, that's like one of the big bangers that I don't have, and of course the Miriam alt art. I think those are like the two big hits I don't have left, and the rest are just kind of EXs and stuff I can get singles out. That's amazing to me, guys. That's incredible. I love it. Soak it up. And if you guys thought that the artworks in Sword and Shield were phenomenal with the Umbreons and Evolutions and all of those great last sets that came out, just wait. These sets for Scarlet and Violet are going to blow everyone's mind.
Yeah, I think so, and I think they're far from being done. I mean, there's
A
some really
hundred
good
percent
stuff.
agree. But dude, some Lorcana action, dude. I know you were
Let's go.
excited to talk about it. Let's talk about what they are doing, dude.
Yep. So not really anything new on the website, but I do want to say something that's really phenomenal is from a perspective of what they care about. With Lorcana, what I'm getting from them is they care about this game being able to have good playability and great tournament play. Um, they're doing stuff now that I've never heard of any card game doing. If you're a LGS owner, and you want to run tournaments at your shop, there's actually an application process happening right now, and you literally have to do a video from walking into your store with no breaks, showing restrooms where you're gonna play at. Like, it's crazy how intense it is as far as like actually an application process. But the cool thing is they're doing it right, man. Because from that, I'm sure it'll affect things like allocation, what kind of tournaments you can run, and it's just really interesting. It seems like they're really putting a community first mindset and a player experience first, which to me screams longevity. So for
We
anyone doubting, I mean, I may have been a doubter initially at the beginning, but as time goes on, I can't argue with the ethics behind it.
Never a doubter in this mind over here, though, friend. I've been a Lorcana fan since day one, since I heard of its existence. I will say this, that proves that they want to do business with people that they can know, that
Right.
they can see, that they can talk to. And I have never heard since we have now been in this new age of TCGs. I have yet to hear about a TCG as big as Lorcana is going to be, or a profile as big as Disney. I've never had them say, hey, you need to take a video of your shop before we can give you an account. I didn't even have to do that with my sports shop to get a
No,
Nike, Adidas, and Puma account. I
so
didn't even have to do that. That's
So,
crazy talk,
so
but I
I,
love
I want
it.
to give facts though. You can still get product and have an account. It's not like that. It goes through distro,
No, no, but
right?
this is more for like tournaments and other like official things that they really want to see. Hey, who's serious about Lorcana?
Right. Well, it's not just that. It's gonna affect that allocation, right? Like shops that did approved are gonna most likely get better allocation, right? So it
Dude, the
has the
videos
opportunity to
are
blow.
just show that they want to do tournaments, man. 100%. That they want this thing to be played is what you
Oh no,
just told
no, they
me
are.
right now.
They are.
That is
Yeah.
their goal.
No, I agree. I didn't want to misconstrue the facts. As you're saying, did it on their account. Yeah, I mean, people are gonna did it whether they did approve for this or not. Just if you're one of the approved stores, you'll probably get, I'm sure you'll get preferential on like your allocations and stuff.
No, for sure. I just still have never heard of a PI. I've never heard of anybody asking for a video of your store in order to try and get allocations. And I know that, again, that may not have anything to do with you getting product, but to be an official uh, tournament holder or to be anything that's going to be super awesome to just really work with Ravensburger themselves is kind of cool, man. And that
Yeah,
announcement you just made is it's pretty big to the consumer like myself, man, because now I get to really see my LGSs and see if they're going to make the effort to put in this application and to really try to make this thing grow in my city.
yeah. I mean, if they do, they don't have much time. The window closes very
Well, who
soon.
knows if they did or not already. I haven't asked. I've only asked one of my shops that I go to, and they're big into One Piece and Magic the Gathering. That's their biggest tournaments that they throw. But they do love this. They're just a small mom and pop shop, so they do have to put their money in certain places. And I'm
Of
telling
course,
them,
you
I
want it
told
to
them
make
right
money.
now. But I said, look, One Piece is great. Don't get me wrong, but don't put all your eggs in that basket. Plus Magic. Magic's a dying thing, man. Right now, it's not good. I mean, the Lord of the Rings set we're all excited about, but after that, who knows what's going to
I mean,
happen?
I'm not
This,
excited for it. I'll be an
no,
outlier and say it. I'm not excited for it.
no, I'm still excited for Lord of the Rings set. I want a couple cards out of it and stuff. But I mean, I haven't
Yes,
been
yes
excited.
and no.
I have not been excited about a Magic the Gathering set
I don't like
since
I
I
don't like
was
the
in
Lord
high
of the
school.
Rings set, right? And I'll tell you why. Because it leaves no room for LGSs to turn a profit.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking as a whole with the cards. That's what I'm
Yeah,
excited
but
about. You're absolutely right.
that's what I care
No,
about.
no, I know that's why we're talking about this right now, and that's what my LGS that I did talk about Lorcana with is saying is that they are saying the Magic the Gathering is getting harder and harder to work with. Wizards is just being very difficult. So
They're being
I
greedy. That's
think,
why they weren't
uh-huh,
they
yep, yep.
they said from the jump that they weren't gonna they were gonna put LGSs first, and then they went around on their word and made a deal where they almost paying it like Amazon's and LGS. It's really cancerous and toxic. Uh,
Yeah.
to clarify my personal opinion about MTG, and sorry to go off on this tangent, MTG is never gonna die. And
No,
I
never.
actually think it could be comical and end up turning into something where Wizards does get sold off by Hasbro and MTG, right? And basically they die and no one buys it anymore. But
Correct. Yes.
I feel like what will always buy is the old formats, and those cards will maintain said value. You know what I mean?
They've created a eternal, long lasting impact on the community,
Yeah,
man.
it's
They're never going to go away. But
very bizarre. It's like if everyone drank Bud Light and they hated the company, but they're still like, well, I've drank it forever, so I'm just gonna keep drinking it. You know?
well, that's how I feel it is.
But
They're
the
like,
thing
hey,
is,
look, I love what Magic the Gathering was. It's like, okay, well, you love what it is. That's how I feel about Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Guys, I don't collect every new Yu-Gi-Oh set that comes out. I collect the sets that mean something to me, that connects to me how I
yeah,
used to
don't
love
blame
it,
me,
and
you'd
I
be broke.
collect. Well, no, no, for sure. And I collect nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh singles and booster packs and booster boxes if I can get my hands on it. But like, I don't just stay with the new sets and buy from them just because I used to love them or because I love their old products. That's crazy talk. You guys need to try to seriously find something that makes you happy in the now, and then love those experiences that you did have. And I still look at my old cards and I still buy old cards and stuff like that. And I'm still into Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm still into the market. I'm still into the game, just on a different spectrum. And so I think you're right. I think part of it will die, not the whole aspect of MTG, but right now it's a dying breed right now, man. I don't get why they can't turn it around, and that's why I'm happy Lorcana here in Ravensburger, I feel, gets it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I'm super excited, guys. I hope you guys are keeping with Lorcana. Those of you who are involved, we will be trying to get on top of weekly videos again. Like we were saying, we both got kids. I got a brand new one. So we're going to try to keep you guys updated more so on Lorcana, Pokemon, and the Weiss Schwarz community as a whole. We've got a couple Bandai things we'll talk about here shortly. But Lorcana, man, is just something I am so passionate about. I think it's so
No,
great.
me too. It's gonna be awesome, man. I just hope it doesn't. I hope they print enough that it doesn't turn completely into One Piece where people are still willing to open their product. Like, you know me, I was
But
able to
Bandai
luck.
didn't do this. Bandai did not do what you just said. Ravensburger did.
Yeah,
For One Piece.
that
When
doesn't
One
mean.
Piece dropped,
Yeah, but we're talking about two separate issues, bro. I mean, that doesn't mean they're gonna print more cards. You know.
No, but what it is going to do is going to see how many people are actually serious about this, and that might make them a decision of being like, "Hey, we were going to print 10,000, let's print 15,000, or whatever the case may be." I know it's going to be way more than that. I'm just giving you a number. Like if they may
Right.
print an extra amount than what they thought, because now they realize, oh my God, we have 30,000 applications or 1 million applications, whatever the case may be,
Right.
of people interested in Lorcana. Wow, we do, and I think that's what they're gauging right now. Right before they print, I think they're getting together everything they need to make the smartest decision possible to make a great first impression on the TCG community. And maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe they're going to absolutely just shit the bed, for lack of better words. I hope they don't, and I hope that they continue to make active decisions into the community like they are now. I'm super happy.
No, I think they will. And you know, the good thing is, uh, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry. I think the good thing is they made a good game mechanic that still is a winning game mechanic. You know, obviously you have to win it or lose a game. But what I mean by that is, I'm glad they're doing something that's refreshing that isn't, you know, swing to win, so to speak. You know, as far as
Yeah, just
killing.
try to throw a Hail Mary and hope it sticks. And if you guys haven't been updated or you guys don't know about the game mechanics, please go check out our last video on Lorcana, because we just kind of explain the overall game mechanics and kind of what all the inks are and things like that. But yeah, Lorcana is the future, man. It's going to go right in line to Pokemon. It may not be Pokemon. It may not take Pokemon. It's not going to take. Guys, please don't think that Lorcana is going to take Pokemon down or Pokemon's in trouble. No, Pokemon will never be in trouble ever. Pokemon will be good until the end of time. The Earth will fall and shatter before Pokemon goes down. I promise.
Well, it may
So
go down.
that
It may go down after that, shortly thereafter. But just kidding.
shortly thereafter, it may finally fall. But I think this will be a great alternative to other people that really truly like Pokemon characters, don't want to play the game, but these people want to play a trading card game and also love Disney. And
That's
just, of
gonna bring in a
course,
whole different crowd of people to play the
correct. And
game.
then your Disney fans who aren't even card players or collectors, but they're going to want these now because they're such big Frozen fans or Mickey fans or Maleficent fans. You know what I mean? So I'm digging it. I hope they capture the hearts of a lot of people.
No one's a fan of Frozen. That was I'm just kidding.
No, oh yeah, you say that. When I did work at a sports store, man, we had a little toy store right next door, and they did a Frozen day with just somebody, random actress, local actress that dressed up as Elsa, and dude, we had lines around the whole block, and I could not believe it. So Frozen is a phenomenon for sure. Of course, that's why they're going to add him in here or add her in here and the whole line. But I am really excited about Mickey. I'm excited about Maleficent. Those characters are going to be just amazing to collect. So, moving on to a last little bit of Weiss Schwarz, man. You want to talk about some also good news in the Weiss world?
Yeah, so I'm sorry my images are blurred. I saved them and then sent them to my email. But if you do follow Weiss, you'll know that Spyet's family kind of caused an uproar in the community because they talked about a Spyet set and Chainsaw Man, which to me are like the two most anticipated sets in Weiss. Obviously, people of Azure Lane and Hololive Volume 2. I think Hololive Volume 2 is going to be just as big of a success as the first one,
Agreed.
which it was in every sense of the word. Um, but and there's other good stuff they're doing, but these two, um, what's it called? These two sets I feel like are game changers because they're some of the biggest animes out right now. People love Spy Its Family. It's a real feel good anime with a little bit of action, but mostly just just feels good. It's a good one to chill to. But anyways, people were upset because they were gonna do hot stamped cards. So what hot stamped means is like a stamp, much like for people who aren't as familiar with Weiss, but probably familiar with this set, the Marvel set, right? That was a big one
Yep.
that brought in a lot of newcomers to Weiss. All those didn't have signatures, they were hot stamped. But what you need to understand about the Weiss community is they're very used to seeing voice actor signed cards. So
Yep.
after people basically saying they weren't going to buy the Spides family set, I've never seen this sort of a turnaround from Weiss, which speaks to the company, or maybe they never ran into this dilemma. And then they changed it all. Um, Different artworks, SPs that have voice actor signatures, and now it's really good. I know my image is very bad, but if you go look, you can find them online. Um, but long story short, voice actor signatures. It's a big deal. They redeem themselves. It's a success story. And then the only other thing I want to touch on was Bandai. We got OPO3 coming out soon,
Yep.
and Union Arena. I only bring this up because on one of my posts on Instagram, I got someone saying because I basically said I bad story. I delved into Union Arena a little bit because I've heard through the grapevine it's not coming out in English, and it made sense, right? They're kind of
That
taking
makes sense.
they're taking too much under their belt, and some of the IPs they're getting are probably a lot easier licensing wise in Japan, vice English.
Yep.
It's probably not worth the fight. Um, but anyways, someone brought up they're like, how do you know that? And I was like, well, if you think about it, on the English side of Bandai, they're already behind on printing on Digimon and One Piece. Digimon has proven it has longevity. It's got a big enough community, and it could probably scale even more. It's same with the One Piece community, but the issue is they're not printing enough cards. I mean, look at Digimon. Still to this day, my LGS who gets a really good allocations from Bandai, maybe not really good to everybody, but really good in terms of like, hey, they get a couple of cases each set. I mean, even with Digimon, still to this day, once the first wave comes through, you don't see it again. It
No,
sells
and
out.
even
That's
in
it.
even in big box, dude, you have one prong that's filled with some blasters or blisters or whatever at Target or Walmart or wherever, and that's it. They don't even put two prongs worth of Digimon. They'll put more Dragon Ball Super out, I feel, than Digimon or One Piece.
You think it's more Dragon Ball Super, but just the Dragon Ball Super will sit on the shelf.
And you're not you're not wrong. Digimon does sell a lot quicker, but that just goes to show you you're right, man. You're right. They're underproducing their cards when they know that the necessity's there, but I
Right.
think they're really worried that they're not going to sell out of it and they're going to lose money. That's just not the case,
Well,
dude.
you
It's
know what's
just not
funny,
the
and let me
case.
tag on to the next thing, which is just shows that Bandai is being misappropriated and they're taking on too big of a chew. They should feel
Yeah.
proud. I hate to say it, I think they're acting a little greedy in the sense of they should be proud because it is not easy to make a game that stands out in the community, and they've done that not only once but now twice. Digimon and One Piece.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then
Globally,
but
but
they also have Dragon Ball Super.
yeah, but that's pretty much dead.
Doesn't it doesn't no no
But
no
but
no it's
listen,
not dead. People love it for collecting. They're still making a great
yeah,
amount of
but
progression with that.
then don't be you can't be too excited about it. Just think about what you just said with Lorcana, as far as hey, they really care about gameplay and the community. those two games are showing that, right? And while
Yeah.
what I'm getting to is my next bigger point. They're worrying about the wrong things, and they've proved now with the move that I'm about to talk about that they do have the ability to print more. And what am I going to refer to? Battle Spirit Saga. Okay? So
Okay.
every time anyone I know goes to order from distro, do you know what you see after the orders close? Sold out. Whether it's One Piece or Digimon. You can't find it. You can't find it. Uh, my LGS got put on a lotto to get some more boxes, and they're getting luckily a half a case of this reprint coming for Paramount War, which don't let be fooled if prices drop in One Piece for Romance Dawn and Paramount War. It's going to be half because it rotates out 5 sets from now, and half because this reprint is not big at all. But going back to what I was saying about how they aren't printing enough. Battle Spirits Saga released, let's see, Battle Spirits Saga release date. English. Good God, I can't type today. English. April of 2023, right? It released. Do you know my LGS can still order? Cases. Cases
Jesus.
of Battle Spirit Saga.
Wow.
It's not selling. But, funny enough, you know what is selling? Their second set. And why? Because there's Gundam featured in it. But then what do they do after that, right? They're bringing these other things in their universe to make it their own. Yeah, they have the reins on Gundam, and that's cool. But no one's buying this stuff, dude. If you release a
No.
brand new game in this day and age, and you only have one set, and your prices are going through the roof on it, you're doing something wrong. One or two, it's not desirable,
And that
right?
means that you need to stop printing that product and stop printing that game
But
and focus on the three IPs that make you the most money. That's
right.
Digimon, One Piece, and
But
Dragon Ball Super. Those are the
here's
three.
the thing is I think Bandai, someone at Bandai must have thought, hey, if Disney can do it, why can't we do it? We've been doing
Oh,
good enough.
I
And I
100% know
think
that's why they did
and I
that.
think they tried to do it just like, hey, Magic's failing, let's do Battle Spirits. But dude, no one likes it. No one
No,
even knows what it is.
no.
Like, I mean,
No one
dude,
even knows what that is. Half
they're
the people that listen to this podcast, bro, don't even know what that
if
is.
they're running advertisements talking about you can win $1 million in a tournament and people still don't care to pay $70 for a bots, like, here's the thing is it's not even worth it for LGSs to order at this point because a bots is gonna run you $72, but you can buy one on TCG Play for 76. Because everyone who ordered this out the you know what is sitting on it now because no one
Dude,
wants it.
Pokemon Obsidian Flames booster boxes are already sitting retail 161, bro. It's just
Well,
crazy to me
that's on
that
Pokemon Center. They're gonna be
it,
less.
but I'm just letting you know that to me is like, hey, you can't have a booster box that's worth $60 and think it's going to be up to par with Lorcana or Magic or even Pokemon when you have booster boxes at Pokemon and Magic and other places that are like 150, 140, 160. Just not going to compete, man, and you
I mean,
shouldn't try.
well, it's not just a price thing. If it was marketable and the cards looked better, then yeah, it could be. But it looks very
No, but for
vanilla.
collectors, man, they're not going to touch it if a booster box is worth $50, man. They're not going to touch it.
No, they're not.
No, no, no.
I'm saying like initially, like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of booster
yeah.
boxes should only be,
Well,
closer to 50 than 150 when you look at the prices of things.
Bandai is being a little grubby. You're right, dude. I think they're being a little grubby. They're not focusing on the right thing, and that's why I did talk about Lorcana, and they're focusing right now on the right thing. Granted, they're brand new, and Bandai has been around for a long time, but it's just I want them. I would love Bandai to focus more on One Piece in the tournaments and Digimon in the tournaments because those are their two biggest brands that you can actually play as a Bandai like player and people who love Bandai and those characters in those games. Those are the
Yeah, man, I completely agree. And like you know me, I'm a huge Bandai player. I do love when they do give good prize support, and I do think they do a good job as far as organizing tournaments and like looking out for LGSs and that. It is frustrating for me that, they did, how do I put this? They did, dump all these assets and resources into Battle Spirit Saga when they already have two succeeding titles. Like, it's like we echoed before and talked about like it's not easy to make a TCG that succeeds that actually gets player supports. I mean, everyone's busy, everyone has crazy stuff going on in their lives. So to actually be able to, you know, have a TCG where people can pick a Monday or a Thursday night of the week to go to and play and take away time from their family or friends.
That's huge.
It is huge. And, I mean, Digimon's even getting bigger, at my locals last week, which I live in a small town, you know that. They are on average having 16 people now. I mean, people driving up from Jats to, you know, nowhere in the country just to play.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think
16
that
16
speaks
people.
volumes.
And even One Piece, now we're having on average like 8, which some people could laugh and say, "Oh, that's not a big tournament," but that's still like 8 to 16
Dude, for a
people.
Bandai tournament, that's big, man. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good
I mean,
stuff.
you may not even do that turnout on a Friday Night Magic, because most shops have just moved away from caring,
And
Most people just
yeah,
like, whatever, whatever.
I don't care about tournaments anymore. It's just whatever. Yeah, and it's just so
Absolutely.
sad to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys, I know we kind of ended off on Bandai being a little scummy and everything, but we do have great stuff coming in right down the pipeline for Lorcana, Pokemon, and much, much more. So if you guys did like the content again, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys are new, and we will catch you guys in the next one.